everybody, or evening, whatever time of day you're watching this video. It is actually afternoon here. It's about 1:30 and I have arrived at my sewing class for today at the So Creative Lounge. Thank God that the weather, though we got a little bit of snow and precip, it wasn't enough to stop my plans for me to get out and come to my sewing class today. So I made it here. The drive was about 45 minutes, a little bit of traffic on the Beltway or the highway, but I made it here safely, thank goodness. So I tend to be an early bird when it comes to things like this because I don't know about traffic and delays, and I want to make sure I'm not rushing my time, and I'm kind of coming at things in a relaxed spirit. So I have about a half an hour before the class actually gets started, I believe. But I am here and I am gonna see if I can just go in. I think I can go in and like browse and just look at some things if I'm not too early. I see one car here. I did see someone inside, so I'm going to go ahead inside, or attempt to go inside and see what I can discover before the class gets started. Hopefully they will allow me to do some vlogging of this experience, and I can continue to share it in this video. So when I first walk in, there's a quilt on the left. It's really, really pretty. And I found out later that the quilt contains the names of everyone or every business that helps support the So Creative Lounge moving to their new location. So I spoke with one of the co-owners, and she explained that they wanted to do their quilt as a thanks to those who helped support their move. So all that you see here is just a very small percentage of what they have to offer. This is the front of their store, but they do have in the back a full like warehouse, and that's like their fulfillment center. So just because you don't see it here in the front of the store does not mean they don't have it. They do have a really huge warehouse in the very back that serves as their fulfillment center. So once we came in and got settled, we were told to go to the table and pick out the fabric choices for our garment for the day, and that's what we all were doing, just trying to figure out, what pieces we wanted and just waiting around for further instructions. We think the forecast caused some folks to cancel the class for the day, but we end up having about a good 8 to 10 people, if that many. But we did have some men who were there learning to sew for the first time or getting back into sewing, which was really, really fun. So I wish I could have kept this portion of the footage playing with the volume, but There was music playing in the background, so I didn't want to run into any issues with, YouTube. So they're asking questions about, who's a first timer at the So Creative Lounge, who's been here before, who is sewing for the very first time. And there was one person, one of the guys who raised their hands, and he said that the last time he had sewn was back in high school, which I assume was many, many years ago. So he was just jumping back in. And I believe the guy that was with him was a first timer as well. So it was just really great. They were giving just overall instructions about the machines, that, it was our role and our job for the day to just be in the moment, enjoy the sewing, troubleshooting of machines, let them know, they'll come over and help to troubleshoot, but just to be engaged in community, enjoy the sewing experience, telling us a little bit more about the warehouse in the back where the restrooms were. And they also reminded us that it was a sip and sew, so you were allowed to have 2 drinks, I think, max, if you so preferred, and just enjoy the experience. So yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to keep the audio playing for this portion. And they also reminded us that they are on all of the social media handles. I believe she did say Facebook, Instagram, and maybe even TikTok. So just check them out, So Creative Lounge, if you're interested in learning more about their business. So here I am preparing the pocket for my vest, and I'm using a Burnett machine, I believe it was, a manual machine. So it took a little bit of me becoming acclimated or reacclimated to using the manual machine, because my machine at home is computerized. But it was a great experience, and I met 2 women, or 3 at my table. One was from New York, and the other 2, I think, were from Virginia. There was a mother and daughter pair at the table, and we did a little bit of chatting and just talking about sewing and the things we sew, what we like about it, what we don't like about it. It was just a really good experience. So the class was about 3 hours, and because, as you all know, I sew slow, I was not able to finish everything within that time frame. The only thing I was not able to do was to finish off the arms, in which the instructor is giving me a step-by-step instruction on how to do that at home, and of course flipping it from the inside out, because it is a reversible vest. So I was a little nervous and a little not so sure about taking this home and having to finish it up, but the instructions that were given were very clear. I even received a handout to take home with me, and here is the finished product. So here is the vest, and it's actually reversible. I don't think I've ever done anything reversible, and this was really easy to put together. It makes me think I can probably start to work on linings, because this came together so easy. But yep, this is it. So I'm definitely going to be going to another class, hopefully the maxi skirt class, and that's held in February.